Welcome to the 13th ever episode of the Iced Coffee Hour.
At this point, we have gained $2,359.
Gained?
Earned?
I think that means we're averaging about $30 a day. That's pretty good.
That's really good.
Yeah, and we were able to secure some guests.
Really excited about these guests today.
Really excited. So why don't we welcome them to the show? Welcome, Graham and Jack.
Come on in. It's just great to have you guys.
Here. Thank you so much. I think you're a better host than we are. You ever just need to take over. How did this start? You're making some really good videos right now on YouTube. Like, it's too good, I think. Like, the quality, I think, is too much, too high of quality.
I really appreciate that.
That means a lot.
Our history dates back to 10 years ago, or about 10 years ago. In 2011, we started making YouTube content. I had just graduated college. I grew up here in Los Angeles, and I played lacrosse, which was a very foreign sport to play in Los Angeles. I had this idea coming out of high school and going into college that there should be a network for the sport, like there should be the NFL network for lacrosse. And when I graduated college, it was unlikely that that was going to end up on television, but I still wanted to do the idea, and so just took to YouTube to start making content about lacrosse. And at the same time, during that exact same 2-month span of us starting this network, myself and a friend, Colin was making content about his lacrosse team in Colorado. There was only 2 people making lacrosse content on the internet, and it was us in LA and Colin in Colorado. And so it was like
small community.
Yeah, it was a small community. So
we connected very quickly. I uploaded, and I think 30 minutes later, I had an email.
Yeah, so
that's so cool.
And we were really viewing it as like a network, so we wanted to acquire content. And he was making like a docuseries. It was a very good filmmaking, very good storytelling, and we wanted to acquire his series. So that's how we met. Convinced him to move out to LA
For a 3-month internship.
Yeah, and then he stayed for 9 years now.
It's been 9 years.
We've been making content together ever since. We had a really great ride with that company. It's called the Lacrosse Network. We built it from 2011 to 2014, and we ended up selling the company to a New York-based media group called Whistle Sports. At the time, they had just brought on Dude Perfect as their primary partner to go into YouTube, and we then became, we brought on our company, and our goal was to build that brand, but then also join the team and help build out athlete and sports content across social platforms.
I gotta know, how long does it take you to make a video? The amount of work that I bet you put in, it's mind-blowing to me.
We're actually, in this ever-evolving process of trying to pin down and balance between letting your creativity flow, but then also being efficient and making sure that you're getting enough videos out to support yourself as a company. And for us, we oscillate between, some of our videos take 10 days because they have interviews, they have a ton of different pieces of B-roll, they have writing sessions, rewriting sessions. Colin, totally leads on that process, and he, from day one, since the day I met him, he's just like super intensive on storytelling. And if the story doesn't make sense, it doesn't go out. And that means like every frame builds on top of each other. And if it doesn't, we're going to lose people's attention. We're going to not, create something that's conversational at all. And so now we're starting to work into spaces where, when we started talking about ourselves, like we made a video that you commented on called How Much YouTube Pays Us, which is kind of like a
I see anything money related. I comment on that.
Loved it. Very on brand for you. But that video took less time because the storytelling of it was like personal, and we were able to tell our own story. And doing that, it was a lot easier to flip that video around. So we're trying to balance now and understand, what are the videos that are the big swings? Like, the video we made with Mr. Beast, obviously that's a big swing.
I love that video.
That's going to cross 1 million views, probably in the next week or 10 days. And that was a big swing. That's worthy of spending a ton of time on. Now we also need the frequency of building a community and having a conversation with our audience. So we have to tier off our videos and say, this is a tier 1 video that is a big swing, and here's a tier 2 video that's, probably we're aiming for 100,000 people to watch it.
How do you know everybody? Like, how do you get Mr. Beast for an interview like that?
Yeah.
It seems like you know a lot of people in the space.
We do,
it's like you're the one who's interconnected.
I think I've personally always prided myself on networking. I think somehow it just happens.
Coffee shops?
Yeah, coffee shops.
Just walk around the streets.
But also we've used videos as networking tools.
Okay.
We made a video about Will Smith 2 years ago. And within an hour, we got an email from his management company, and then we were able to connect with them.
The real audience for that video, even though it hit maybe 300,000 views, was actually the 5 people in the Will Smith management office. That's who it was directed at. So they got it immediately. Even like you said, like you'll see anything about money.
So there was a purpose. You knew going into it that
Yeah.
that was your intention.
That was just a better version of cold outreach in an email.
Okay, but what about Mr. Beast? Because you had him in the video. How did that happen?
Beast came from so we also met Yes Theory in that way, where we made a video about them, and that's how we met them. We became very close with them. Yes Theory ended up doing a video with Mr. Beast. We made a video about Mr. Beast. He saw it, didn't reach out to us, and then I had one of the Yes Theory guys on my podcast talking about the experience of working with Mr. Beast, and right after he DM'd us, and he was just like, "Hey guys, I really like your videos. Can I call you?" And I gave him my number, and since then he's just been
That's fun.
a super close connection. A guy who's like an amazing mentor. I think he's a great person to be who he is on our platform because of who he is.
Yeah.
And he just has a very vested interest in creators growing, and he's taken an interest in us, and that's awesome. Like it's super cool. We're now at a point finally where we're able to like actually do this full time as YouTube creators, which was not the case over the past 3 years. We've been operating as like a creative agency. We've been like doing projects for other people that don't have anything to do with our YouTube channel. There's even a point where we made videos for a real estate company about a building, which was super interesting. And now we're doing YouTube full time. YouTube, like from an AdSense perspective, it's pretty small. Like
Can I see it?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
I made
I'm gonna
$3,000
read
in
this.
the past.
Let's see. I want to see this. How many people do you have working with you?
So we have a full time editor named Jesse. Shout out to Jesse. I know his wife
Do you know
watches
what
this show.
editing software Jesse uses?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We all use Premiere. I mean, we're all editors.
You all use Premiere?
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
use Premiere.
I'm trying to choose what I'm going to like transition
Here's
to.
our revenue over the past 4 weeks. And then you can go to lifetime.
How? How did you
Let me
look
see.
at that?
Well,
How? So, do you mind if I say it? Or
no, please say it.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't care about this.
Let's round it up. 1.4 million views,
Yeah.
28 days, $2,800.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't make
Wait,
any
wait.
sense.
Can we see the...
But it's our CPM.
what is the CPM?
Our CPM is probably
Seconds.
somewhere around $4, maybe $5.
Why is it so low? Let's check
The
the
reason is,
podcast.
but that's what I was saying, Graham,
Yeah.
is that you talk about money, and money trades at a really high CPM.
But our iced coffee hour is not
we-
like here.
Yeah, we talk
Like
about
here,
that.
here's the iced coffee hour. Literally 130,000 views, $1,000.
$1,000,
Yeah.
right? And what CPM are you guys at?
Revenue.
Got it.
Australia.
Yeah.
Hey guys from Australia watching.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
but you guys are
Wow.
trading. You guys are trading at over double our CPM, almost triple.
Yeah,
our
but
CPM.
even then, that doesn't make sense.
I think
Even double. Why?
We've made more money in AdSense this month, even though it's not much, than we've ever made before. More money
Yeah.
this month than ever.
Yeah.
And part of that, I think, has to do with the fact that 3 out of our last 5 videos have to do specifically with money.
right.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing. But we're lucky to have a very significant brand partnership with Samsung, and that really changes the way that we operate.
Yeah.
We also have long-term partnerships with Storyblocks and a couple other brands, and so that allows us to have recurring revenue that then bases like how we're operating as a business and lets us experiment. We've just moved into the direct-to-consumer space with our paid educational course.
What is that?
So it's
not sponsored.
Yeah, it's an. I'm gonna plug it every time I get, but it's a online storytelling course. It's about our process of coming up with ideas and filmmaking and how we basically brainstorm and craft an idea before we turn on a camera. So it's a very extensive process, an hour and a half of content. We're adding to it throughout this year. That is selling at $100 price point. It's been out for a week, and we've been able to convert 265 people to purchase that course in the past week. And so for us, that's a really interesting model. I think that's where we fit in more naturally. We feel like we are kind of educators.
Yeah.
We feel like we're building a relationship with our audience where they are willing to pay to learn from us and to be a part of our community and to workshop ideas. And we see ourselves as being able to turn into kind of a modern day film school and a modern day media academy.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, when I look at our revenue, like I definitely think we'll have brand partners like a Samsung that's just like we're with them. They're like our ambassador brand, or we're ambassadors for them. But I don't see the content that we're making being that ad supported or advertising based. I think we'll probably move into direct to consumer content.
Smash the like button.
Smash the like button. Yes.
For the YouTube algorithm.
Yes, for the YouTube
Algorithm.
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 Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Till next time.